Yeah, hello. Um, Today we have ALTTPR League Tournament match between Windfox and Hayfield Bay. I'm Xenpholos, and I'm doing a solo commentary today on this race. Yeah, I hope that will work out fine. It's definitely a new experience for me. But yeah, let's see what the seed will bring to us. Yeah, Windfox is a member of my team as well, so there are personal stakes for me in this game, but I'll of course try to commentate it as neutral as possible. Yeah, and he's playing against Hayfield Bay today. The mode is a boss hunt, which means that we have a mode that's where the runners need to collect 10 Triforce pieces to beat Ganon. And these 10 Triforce pieces are on all dungeon bosses. They basically exchange. They basically are exchanged for the crystals and pendants. And yeah, crystals and pendants therefore are shuffled into the map, into the world. Yeah, now the race started, and we see two different starts. Windfox doing an Uncle start, and Hayfield Bay starting at the Sank. Going for tree pull and getting 10 arrows. Also a nice Bombos medallion. Does not have any relevance right away, but will become important later, possibly. Also some small amount of money from the uncle. Oh, and that's a mirror in the forest. That's an important item for sure. Nice catch for Hayfield Bay. Only single rupees on the bush crab, so not really a good option to get bombs yet, which would be important for Kakariko. And yeah, because there are no bombs, Hayfield Bay decides to bail on the forest and to not go to Kakariko right away. Yeah, while Windfox tried to get the third tier 3 pull, but it seemed to not have worked out. At least he got 10 arrows again. Yeah, Hayfield Bay is now on the way to the farming spot in the south, with two bushes that have a 50-50 chance to give bombs, and he was very lucky there. Got bombs out of both bushes, and well, goes to Kakariko now with 2 bombs. Quick check of race game reveals 10 arrows. He will most likely not spend a bomb to get those. Windfox now also grabbing his mirror. 50 rupees on library. That also looks very much like a skip. Yeah, the interesting part with this mode, as I said, runners need 10 Triforce pieces out of 12. Each of the 10 normal dungeons has a Triforce piece on the boss. But the last 2 Triforce pieces are in the GT basement behind the ice armors and in the chest behind Moldom 2. That means that the runners require 10 out of 12 pieces. So we could definitely see different go run, and now we have a slight problem with the okay, just a quick restart of the stream to fix some audio issues. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll just continue to talk in the meantime. Yeah, like already said, the runners need to get 10 out of these 12 Triforce pieces, but it doesn't matter which 10 they get, so it's definitely possible that both get different go modes, that both beat different dungeons in the end. Yeah, a lot is possible here. And yeah, looks like we are back. Mm, yeah. Mm, well, let's see. Let's see what the back of Tavern has to, back of Blindside Road has to offer. Flippers. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely an interesting starting inventory. Flippers and the mirror would already give the runners swamp access when they have dark world access, even though they are not able, would not be able to beat this dungeon. But yeah. Yeah, he will be now doing Uncle, and he has 9 bombs, so he can also go to Hyrule Castle right away and check what's going on there. Small key was already in the sink, so everything here is in logic. Yeah, and Windfox, what will he do? Will he also go to the castle, or will he maybe play Software? Let's see. Yeah, that's looking like Software for Windfox, who also got a hammer. Sorry about that, I don't even know where we found the hammer, but because that's interesting. Maybe someone can tell me where Windfox got the hammer, because I see that Hayfield Bay doesn't have it yet. On Bottle Vendor. Oh, that's okay. That's interesting. So Hayfield Bay didn't pay Bottle Vendor. Maybe he didn't have enough money back then. Yeah, but that's a firewood for Hayfield Bay at the same time. So yeah, the hammer will become important pretty soon, I think. With the hammer, it's not that certain. And Windfox is deciding against Mini Waldom Cave and going for Agina, and yeah, also checking the Desert Ledge now. Let's see what he gets. Well, he gets the information that there are 50 rupees on the Desert Ledge. That's not a reason to return there. Hayfield Bay with the fire rod now able to do the Dark Cross, which awards him a map. Yeah, now he also goes to the back of escape, which of course makes a lot of sense for him because, well, he already has a small key, so it could be logically required from his perspective. But we know from Windfox's side, well, he already found the gloves, so back of escape is would have been faster to play with the gloves, but yeah. So that's a slight edge for Windfox in that regard. But he will play Mini Moldom Cave and probably Iceward Cave first. Wow, that's an early mirror shield. A very early mirror shield for Hayfield Bay. Yeah, and Windfox, getting trolled by the Trolldoms in Mini Trolldom Cave, which sounds very familiar. But he gets rewarded with 10 arrows, some love, a lot of money, and wow. Okay, 3 full heart containers, that is interesting. But probably not what he wanted to find now. I think he would be way more excited about a Moon Pearl, which would give him Darkwood access. Okay, now on the way to Minima. Moldom Cave as well for Hayfield Bay, while Windfox is now playing Iceward Cave. Yeah, he has to, Windfox has to ask himself if he wants to play water tracks without Moon Pearl, without flippers. Well, he does have flippers, so that's... but he decides against it anyway. Gets a mushroom out of Iceward Cave. Yeah, and he also decides to turn it in right away. Always a good idea to get these early fetch quests out of the way right away, because they could just... they often enough have the progression that's required. Yeah, let's see what the mushroom gives us today. That is a bottle. Oh god. Fetch quest into fetch quest is what that's called. Yeah, so he could now decide to go to Thicket to check what this bottle gives, but yeah, he decides against it. Doing water checks now. Quick play with flippers. And Hayfield Bay decides to farm 500 rupees to pay Zora off. He got more money, I think, out of the Hyrule Castle play. So yeah, definitely a sensible play for him. And if Zora has a Moon Pearl, which would be very possible with those flippers, that could be a really good play for Hayfield Bay. Let's see. Nothing on Hobo, only a piece of heart. Runners basically greeting each other while they pass the same spot. Yeah, now 2 items for Windfox in Waterfall Ferry. Might also check the Ledge, and yeah. But he will probably, if he doesn't find money, which he doesn't, Need to skip Zora now. Yeah, Hefei also got his heart piece and will not skip Zora, I think. And that's a normal crystal on the Zora ledge. Yep. That's what I mentioned about this mode. Dungeon prizes are just shuffled into the world like normal items. You also knew, because it was a blue colored crystal, that it's not one of the 2 crystals required for the red bomb. So not a 5-6 crystal. These are colored differently in the overworld. Well, they are colored red. Yeah, big moment now for this race, possibly. Hefei is checking Zora pretty soon, while Windfox is doing back of escape. What does Zora have? 10 arrows, okay. So that's not a big deal, not an important item. So Windfox is fine with skipping Zora here. Yeah, Hefei now has to make a decision whether he wants to, well, go to the eastern area or to Agina, and I think... Ah, right, he didn't return the mushroom, or turn in the mushroom yet. So that's gonna be his play now. Yeah, but for Windfox it's also the question, what does he want to do now? Front of Hyrule Castle, okay, that's a play that we already saw from Hefei. He won't get his progression there. Yeah, for Hefei this might be an interesting situation, because he could certainly decide to go to Kakariko to check the bottle, to check the item on Secret, basically. I don't know if the item in the bottle is a normal bee or a red bee or a golden bee, because if it was a golden bee, he could sell it to the bottle vendor to get another 100 rupees, which would also allow him to buy the hammer. But yeah, Windfox now in the tank as well. Not in the tank, in the front of Hyrule Castle. While Hefei checks Hasrala, also asks him about the location of the green pendant. And he gets a hookshot. And decides to bail after that. Oh right, we also have a powder, so... Wow, that's actually 3 fetch quest items in Kakariko. For Hefei, Secret, Magic Bet, but well, wow. But Hefei decides against all of that and instead goes to the mountain, which is out of logic for him. He does not have a lamp, he does not have a flute. And Windfox really does not like the eastern area. Decides to go to Kakariko right away to check his potion on Secret and Magic Bet. Which however means that, well, if he were to find his moon pearl here in Kakariko, he would skip his hookshot on the Hasrala for a while. Which has the potential to become an issue for him. Oh god, yep. That's a moon pearl. Nice. That's a logic chain that people love. Go to Iceward Cave, get the mushroom, turn in the mushroom for a bottle to get your moon pearl from Secret. Awesome. Yeah, and Hayfield Bay is now playing a cave with 7 chests, which means he will get his green pendant here. Yeah, so it's likely that Windfox will just go to the Darkwood now, because he has Darkwood access. Which would, however, also mean that he will most likely skip his hookshot for a longer time. Meanwhile, green pendant has appeared, a red crystal as well, and a red meringue. A big advantage for Hayfield Bay is that he would be able to beat Swamp Palace right away when he gets Darkwood access, because he has this hookshot. That's obviously not an option for Windfox right now. And we just saw another medallion on Floating Island. I think it was, yeah, it has to be Quake. Because Ioanna's already got the 2 other ones. Yeah, nothing fancy in Hype Cave. Yeah, still no sword. I think Windfox would probably like to have the sword, just to be able to beat Skullwoods as well now. Asks about the red crystal location. Well, one red crystal we have already seen from Windfox, from Hayfield Base side. The red crystal in Paradox Cave. Yeah, Windfox is continuing with Southern Darkworld. Stumpy with the mirror, he can play K45. Oh, and that's a sword for Hayfield Bay. And that's a pendant for Windfox. Huh. Quite interesting stuff happening. And that's the second red crystal. Well, now we know where both red crystals are, split between both runners. Both of the runners, but yeah, okay. Interestingly enough, the Go mode is not that far away for the runners as well, especially for Hayfield Bay, who already has a hookshot. I mean, he will probably play, if he just does the checks that Windfox has now. Yeah, a bow, master sword, mids could be a good call already to get in a go mode lag state. Yeah, but let's see when Windfox will get his hookshot. I think it potentially might take him a while, because he really did not want to go to the eastern area in the early game, because I think he was looking for a bow. And yeah, he has a lot of stuff available now that's outside of the eastern area as well. And yeah, he's also going to the mountain now. I mean, he has the mirror, he has a hammer, so he will be also able to play Paradox Cave. Doing a quick check of the Agar Lich beforehand. Which is another bottle. Yeah, and Tape will be beating his first dungeon and getting his first Triforce piece. Wow. Hayfield also decides to play Hera Basement. I mean, okay, for him, for him it's definitely true. He is looking desperately for his Darkwood access, and he does not have that many checks available. So playing an out of logic Hera Basement, well, why not? If you just find the lamp on Bottle Vendor, which he probably is thinking about, or Nagina, yeah, you would be mad at yourself if you didn't play it now. But that's a play that Windfox will probably not do. I would be surprised. But let's see if he gets rewarded, Hayfield Bay. Wow, that's basically the opposite of rewarded. The ever so rude single arrow. Oh, okay, and now Hayfield Bay is going to Eastern Palace. Oh, wow. Wow, that hammer is really hurting him now. Yeah, he... that hammer is becoming an issue for him. The green pendant gets rewarded with a crystal. That's also something new. Yeah, take something better. Yeah, but for Hayfield, I mean, he's now dipping Eastern Palace, hoping to find Darkwood access. And I mean, I get it, he really does not want to play Bottle Vendor because, well, he could have done it so early, even though there are still other checks in Kakariko. Huh. Yeah, I'm a little bit puzzled by this play. But he gets absolutely rewarded. Wow, that's a bow. That's a bow in Eastern Palace. That is a huge find for him. Yep, that's a big reward. Oh, wow. Well, now the big question suddenly is, when will Windfox do this play? When will Windfox go to the eastern area, get his hookshot and his bow? Oh. Regarding go mode, well, for Hayfield, I think he might need more items than mids right now in Master Sword. Because he can't beat Maya yet without the flute, he can't beat Ice Palace without the Ice Rod. And he possibly, and he's also currently not able to go to Desert Palace without, well, either book or flute. So... But yeah, I think Hayfield Bay needs mids, flute or book, and the Master Sword to be in a likely go mode scenario. Because that still could be a bootlock Desert Palace, obviously. But yeah, either way, that is not much. And Windfox is also playing Hera Basement. I'm surprised that Windfox is doing Hera Basement here, because... I mean, in this mode you can allow yourself to skip items. I mean, even if you skip something like the Flippers, for example, well, then you can't beat Swamp Palace, but you can find something else to beat the other two dungeons, so... And he would have stuff like Skullwoods to beat, he would have Thiefstone to beat. in this entire area, which would be also a lot of items. As well. Different players, different playstyles. Yeah, Bay can now get his second Triforce piece from Armor's Knights. With an amazing boss music. Yeah, and probably, yeah, that should be his way to Kakariko, where he will finally get his Moon Pearl and his hammer. He's still looking for both of these items. But yeah, I think he got rewarded for skipping these two items for such a long time, because, well, getting the bow out of Eastern Palace, that is huge. That is really huge. I mean, I would be surprised to see Windfox in Eastern Palace soon. Only if he finds the other bow. Yep, and that's a Moon Pearl for Hayfield. And that's the hammer. And now both runners are almost synced on the way to the Dark World. And yeah, here we can also see the advantage that Hookshot gives. Ever so slightly, but you can hook yourself to every tree, and that saves time. So yeah, Hookshot is definitely a relevant item for mobility. Both of them now on the way to beat Morphula. For Windfox, second crystal, and Hayfield Base third. And now we are completely synced. Let's see how long this goes on. Both of them are rushing the back right away, and also deciding to play the chest on the bottom here first. Makes a lot of sense, because they haven't found an item yet, and well, this bottom chest can have, let's say, a Master Sword, boots, anything that makes this dungeon faster, and they have the mirror anyway, so yeah, when they plan to get both items out of this dungeon anyway, it just makes sense to open this chest before the boss. Yeah, and pretty soon we will see a very synchronous Morphula fight. Both runners not picking up the key from the Skipto, which is very good. Yeah, and Morphula, Hayfield Bay going for Firewatch threats, while Windfox is using the hammer right away. Firewatch is definitely a safer threat, but hammer works, deals more damage. And with the 13 hearts that Windfox has, he can definitely go for it. Even though he also switched to the Firewatch now. While Hayfield Bay switches to the hammer. Interesting. Yeah, definitely a faster fight for Windfox, and that's 300 rupees. Okay. Yeah, now the hunt for the second item in Skywoods begins. Skywoods often enough has important stuff, so yeah, it makes sense to look for it a little bit longer. Even though it can potentially take a while. Windfox got bullied by that bumper and yeah, suddenly synced again. That Skywoods is really funny. That's a map. And yeah. Last chest. It's a compass, so big chest has the last item. Of course it has. And that's a crystal. Wow. That was not worth it. Quick check of the bumper ledge. Which would give us a heart piece. And yeah. Windfox and Hayfield Bay both won't be too interested in that. Oh, that's an interesting divergence. Hayfield Bay heading straight for Village of Outcasts. While Windfox is still going for the Graveyard Ledge. Graveyard Ledge is a slow play, definitely, with no mids and no boots. Because you have to take this long diagonal walk through this graveyard. But if Graveyard Ledge has something important, then it would pay off hugely. Let's see. Well, 3 bombs. Not what we want to see in a location like that. Yeah, and Thieves Down North for Hayfield Bay. Another beatable dungeon. He will get his 4th Triforce piece here. And his Master Sword as well. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's say if Hayfield Bay finds Mids and Flute now, Mids and Flute would be go mode for him. Yep. Mids and Flute would be guaranteed go mode for Hayfield Bay. While Windfox still desperately needs to visit the eastern area, to get both hookshot and bow. But the problem is, of course, when he finds the hookshot at the Astrala, I think Windfox will be very likely to say, okay, I have the hookshot now, I can full clear Swamp Palace. I should not go into Eastern, so he will probably skip his bow even longer. But there's always a chance that the second bow might just appear randomly at some point. Yep, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, the second bow would be really important for Windfox to give him some decent outs here. Otherwise, the ball would be definitely in Hayfield Bay's court at this moment. Also, yeah, saving always some time with the hookshot, a little bit in each room he can use it in. And yeah. It's also half a second here, half a second there, and that adds up over time. Not as much as Boots would do, but still. Okay. Small key in the Thiefstone big chest. So that's a hammerlock Thiefstone, logically. And yeah. The next thing for Hayfield Bay is he definitely has a good option for his next play. He could just go to Swamp Palace. It's completely beatable for him. He has hookshot, he has mirror, he has flippers. He also has a hammer. Yeah, and Windfox does not have a super obvious next play. Which means that he could get baited into playing Swamp Palace maybe as well. I mean, he has Red Bomb. Yeah, he should have both red crystals, but the second red crystal from Paradox Cave is not in logic for him. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely way easier to play the seed from Hayfield Bay perspective right now. Yeah, Lex said in the chat, just play Swamp Palace and pot. Yeah. Get two more Triforce pieces, beat 2 more dungeons, and also get 11 items on the way. Sounds nice. Plus all the stuff in the overworld. Stuff that Windfox already did, but yeah. Yeah, that's super convenient for Hayfield. But he will get his second red crystal in K45. So after beating Swamp Palace, he could even decide to play Red Bomb on the way to pot, which sounds absolutely amazing. Oh, but he decides to... Okay, I was wondering, okay. I thought for a moment he decided to skip Stampy. I mean, maybe he actually was considering that. Huh. I mean, Hayfield probably also knows that he's not looking for much. But yeah, no, he does both checks. And yeah, gets his second red crystal. And Windfox is going to this Dark Red portal. Might play Red Bomb. Hopefully he's not just going to Swamp Palace. Yep, no, that's looking like Red Bomb. Which is definitely a better play for him. Yeah. But Hayfield Bay could have... or could play Swamp Palace and Pot for 6 to have 6 dungeons beaten. And if he were to find mids, he could also beat Ice Palace. And he could get both pieces out of GT. So he would be at 9. Yeah. Let's see what Red Bomb has to offer. Right, then arrows on the pyramid. Only a hard piece in Swamp now. Oh, that's the mids. Oh, I really don't like this find for Windfox right now. I mean, okay, they don't even open that much up for him. They don't even open that much up. But that means that Hayfield Bay will just get the mids on his way. But Windfox is doing a play Catfish, and if that play turns out to be relevant, to give the flute for example, that could potentially be huge for Windfox. But if not, that's a big advantage for Hayfield Bay at this point. Who is still going to play left side Swamp here. That's a bottle for Catfish. Ah yeah, and Windfox can also play Zora now. He has the money. But the issue for him is if he pays Zora now, he won't have money to enter pot anymore. Which might lead him away from the eastern pot area. Ugh, that's a shovel left side Swamp. Not so nice. And 100 rupees. Well, at least it was 2 items left side Swamp. Yeah, and Windfox. Okay. That... Oh, that's Ice Palace, yeah, of course. Right, Ice Palace. Yeah, definitely. Makes a lot of sense. Making with half magic, Can of Burner, Fire Rod, and Bombos, yeah. Oh, and that is Ice Rod. Okay. So, that Ice Rod is actually go mode for Hayfield Bay, if I'm not mistaken, when he gets his mids. Yeah, I think I'm not mistaken, because he knows where Quake is. He could get it from Floating Island, if it's required for Turtle Rock. Yep, that's go mode. Well, at least on stream go mode. For him, it's gonna be go mode in Red Bomb. So Windfox definitely needs some minor miracles to happen at this point. Maybe a bow in Ice Palace and boots and the flute. Which would give him faster dungeons to beat. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep, that's true. Havel Bay would definitely like another sword. But I mean, he still has GT to play. He still needs to look for the GT big key, and I mean, there's a good chance that the sword will just randomly pop up on the way. The sword, or at least silver arrows. Also, Turtle Rock will probably have some more checks that he might just do. Yeah, also pot. I mean, he also has to find the pot big key. Yeah, things are looking quite well for Havel Bay. And that's a sword in Ice Palace. Okay, that's a sword that Havel Bay might possibly skip, depending on how much he go modes. Wow, and Havel Bay decides to play this really safe. Also gonna check Swamp Big Chest. I mean, he's mid away from go mode, and yeah, Windfox just probably realized that he had all items out of Ice Palace, I would assume. That's why he's... Ah, he didn't have the big key. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's see if Havel Bay remembers this red bomb. I think he will. I mean, he just got the second red crystal right before Swamp Palace. But yeah, if not, that might actually be one chance for Windfox here, but let's see. I mean, I would assume that Havel Bay just remembers. He got that red crystal right before Swamp Palace, so let's see. It's sometimes a little bit weird to keep this in mind, that you found these red crystals, but yeah, that's definitely gonna be red bomb. Yeah. So that will be go mode for Havel Bay. Not the nicest go mode, so I mean, he will have to beat Turtle Rock. And the two dungeons he will skip with this layout currently, or with these items, is Desert Palace and Maya. Desert Palace obviously being one of the fastest dungeons in the game. So I think he would still like to find a flute or a book. Just to avoid having to play Turtle Rock. Yeah, Windfox is now done with Ice Palace. And where is he heading now? good. Yep, looks like he's going to the eastern area. Which means that he will most likely play the Hasrala next and get his hookshot. And I'm pretty sure that that hookshot will lead him astray from the bow in Eastern Palace. Oh wow, he's... okay, he wants to play Pot and Eastern together with the Hasrala. But I think he will still... I would assume that he will just leave after finding the hookshot. But let's see. Hayfield Bay in the meantime has open pot. Oh, and I just realized, and Windfox probably too, he does not have enough money. He's only at 72 rupees. That's why he just tried to figure out the stun drop. Hoping that it might be some big money. Oof. Well, I mean, that only makes it more likely that he will leave after finding hookshot. I think there was 300 rupees in the back of Sasha as well, but yeah. Hookshot will obviously also give him Hookshot Cave, which is another 4 items. Besides Swamp Palace with 6 items, obviously. Yep, and there was 300 rupees. Yep, and he instantly saved and quits away. So, yeah, he continues skipping his bow in Eastern Palace. Which is very unfortunate for him. But obviously, even if he got the bow from Eastern Palace now, he would still be behind an entire Eastern Palace. Well, okay, he played Ice Palace, but therefore, Hayfield therefore beat Swamp Palace, so... Oh, wow, and that is the last sword in the seat, in the Potbiki chest. Yep, so... that's definitely nice for Hayfield Bay. Yeah, he's looking for the Biki now in pot. Got both not smoky items out of the front already. Yeah, I'm interested to see if he will just go to the boss right away when he finds the key, or if he will still open chests. I mean, there is a chance to find maybe boots, maybe the book, maybe the flute. So there are items that might still save a lot of time. But it's unlikely that they will appear right here, so... let's see. Well, he would need to find his Biki first, obviously. And there it is, in Harmless Hellway. So that's a very nice location to just go to the boss right away. And yeah, that's exactly what he does. Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, you are in Go mode, and just to play Dark Horse in hopes to maybe find a book or maybe find a flute, maybe find silvers, is very unlikely with the entirety of GT and Turtle Rock being before you. Also Ice Palace. Interestingly, it would be the best play for Hayfield Bay if he stays at this inventory to get the Triforce piece from Moldom 2 as the last Triforce piece and actually beat Aga 2 afterwards, because it's faster to get to Ganon that way. instead of mirroring out and fluting to the portal. If he does not find boots till then. Yeah, but now he finished the way to hammer. Fighting hammer, the old-fashioned way with the hammer. Since fast ROM, bomb strats have become a lot more popular with this boss. Because, well, before fast ROM the lag was very much existent and it lagged a lot and you lost a lot of time when you tried to use bombs against Hammers 4. But with fast ROM it's actually manageable, and if the bombs, every bomb hits, it's slightly faster than using the hammer. But obviously it's also a little bit more RNG dependent, so yeah, using hammer strats is obviously fine. Windfox got his 5th Triforce piece now. Let's see if he decides to go back into Swamp for left side and big chest, and he does. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's several items for him, and yeah. I mean, from his perspective, he's also only missing a bow for now, and he also has Turtle Rock available and GT. So yeah, also a very, very safe play to go back to Swamp Palace here from his side. I mean, especially with bow go mode, there are 2 bows in the item pool, so even if 1 bow would be in Swamp Palace, the chance is quite high that the 2nd bow might just appear. For example, in GT. Yeah, okay, but on the other side, of course, it's 2 items in left side Swamp and 1 item in the big chest. So he returned for 3 items, which also makes a lot of sense in a way. So I don't want to be too critical of this play. And yeah, Payfield Bay on his way to Ice Palace now. He flipped the switch already, so he does not need to look for the big key. He can just get the small key under this rock here and head straight for the boss. Maybe he will still open chests. Yep, he does in this case. Most definitely looking for book or something. And getting a butter sword instead. Oh, and now we will see the shovel. Yeah, that's an item that was on left side Swamp that Hayfield Bay never checked. It could give a vanilla flute. And funnily enough, vanilla flute would be go mode for Windfox if desert is not boots locked. Okay, that just happened. That is commentator's curse on the one hand, and on the other hand, that might actually be a comeback potentially for Windfox. Because, yeah, he's in go mode now, if desert is not boots locked. And if he can mimic clip the GT climb. Wow. I mean, Hayfield Bay currently is 2 dungeons ahead, but okay, he only needs to be Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower. And that Windfox needs to do both these plays, 2 and Desert and Maya. So that's definitely still a huge advantage. But yeah, at least we know where the logical mountain axis is. Desert might absolutely be bootlocked, and yeah, Maya is also Quake locked. Yeah, Quake is on Floating Island. Oh wow, and that's the second bow. I mean, nice things for Windfox definitely, but yeah, too little, too late, I would say. I mean, he does not need to be Turtle Rock now, especially if Desert is not boots locked. He can even... If Desert is not boots locked, which it is. Well, otherwise Windfox would have had the option to decide which dungeons he wanted to play. Which might have allowed him to maybe skip the slowest options. But yeah. So also bombers for Turtle Rock, so Quake not required. Yeah. And Windfox will beat Port and Eastern now. I mean, he got the bow. I think from his perspective, things went well now. But yeah. I mean, he just played left side Swamp, got the flute and got the bow behind all of that. And then the second bow will just be in Eastern Palace, and yeah. And this opponent actually played it super early. Yep, second bow would give Windfox the silvers. That is true, and that is obviously a slight advantage as a Ganon fight. But I mean, Hayfield Bay has the Butter Sword, which makes the Ganon fight really trivial, even the fourth part without silvers. Because you can basically just use slashes, you don't even need to get spins when Ganon is in an inconvenient spot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is still, I mean, I don't think that Windfox will be that sad when he finds the silvers. I mean, it's not super likely that your opponent played Eastern Palace early in the seed. I mean, it's exactly what happened here, but I mean, you wouldn't assume that your opponent skipped the hammer on Bottle Bender in the early game. Which is basically the story of the seed. Or of this race. Hayfield Bay skipping hammer on Bottle Bender and getting rewarded by that. Also Butter Sword for Windfox. Yeah, Windfox still needs to get the big key from Harmless Hellway. While Hayfield is on the way to Trinex now. Decides to open the other chests as well, interesting. Ah, only one of them, okay. I was wondering if he was still hoping to find a book or something. Or maybe boots. But probably realized that even if he were to find book, he would probably not play Desert Palace now because he already beat Turtle Rock at this point. And, well, he almost beat Turtle Rock at this point. And, yeah, he needs to go to GT anyway, and, well, a GT climb with his equipment will take roughly 4 minutes. Which is not that much slower than playing Desert Palace. And Desert Palace has the advanced risk of being bootlocked, so yeah. Which it actually is. Yeah, 8th dungeon for Hayfield Bay. Or 8th try for speeds. He is deciding to do Cloud Cave now. Probably in hopes to find silvers, I would assume. We're finding a third pendant instead. Yeah, GT, by the way, as we can see, is already open with 0 crystals. Oh, right. GT big key on the torch would actually mean that Hayfield Bay would not be in go mode. I just realized that, but well, did not matter anyway. Right, but of course, if GT big key was on the torch, he would not be able to climb. Well, but boots are in GT anyway, so who cares? Of course, that's where they are. Yeah, and Windfox is now short before finding his silvers. Or, well, the first bow in Hayfield Bay's case. Yep. Probably just a little shrug moment, like, oh, well, like my opponent had it before the other bow. Okay, that's a small key, so Hayfield Bay, so and you should also have the big key. I haven't watched, but if the small key is in this room, big key also has to be there. At least I thought so, but probably not in this logic, because... okay. Yeah, probably Hayfield is still looking for the big key, so... I'm a little bit confused. Wait a second. Okay, okay, Bicky. Just wanted to say Bicky has to be in this room when the Smorky is there. And I'm a little bit confused by Hayfield Bay's route now, because he could have just continued with the right side, which would have been a much faster way to get to Ice Armors. Okay. Well, however, he will. Yeah, there are two. Right, there are two pieces in GT. Right, I should have mentioned that. One is behind Ice Armors in the chest, and the other one behind Modern 2. Yeah, that surprises me too. That's a good explanation. Yeah. Showing off the hookshot once more. Definitely one of the two items that carried this race for him. Hookshot and the bow. Two very big finds for Hayfield Bay. That give him this huge lead that he now has. Currently 3 Triforce pieces ahead. Right, but that's also true. He's been very, well, how do I say it? Very generous with his magic spending. Also donating quite a lot of it to the anti-fairy, so we'll have a little bit of a magic issue now. But of course there's also the safety room in the climb, so he could just refill there. Yeah, and Windfox is getting his 7th piece right now from Eastern Palace. Yeah, still... I think for him it would be a good call to get the Quake from Floating Island and then maybe do Maya instead of Turtle Rock. Should be faster. Also when he gets the boots from the GT Basement, he can do Desert Palace. So yeah, he can at least bail on Turtle Rock to do more convenient stuff, but yeah. I mean, Hayfield Bay is 4 minutes away from his last Triforce piece, so probably won't matter that Windfox, well, might only need to do Desert Palace instead of Turtle Rock now. Oh, and he's still going to... Ah no, he's only taking the portal A, I think. I would be a little bit surprised if he just played Turtle Rock right now. Because for him, finding boots in GT, which is an option, and we know it's gonna happen, would save him a lot of time. Okay, but he's going for Turtle Rock. Okay. Or maybe he's just opening it. No, okay. I'm not a big fan of this play, but well. I mean, obviously it's also a league race, you are nervous, and maybe making the best decisions is sometimes difficult under these circumstances. Yeah, in the meantime, Hayfield Bay finished his GT climb. Mostly will be beating Moldom 2 at any moment, which will give him his last Triforce piece. Yeah, now that he has found boots, it's faster to mirror out and just use the just do a save and quit. No reason to flute. I just wanted to say use his flute, but he does not have a flute. Yeah, that's still faster than beating Aga2 to get to Ganon. Yeah, and Hayfield Bay, yeah, on the way to Ganon now. Yeah, with the Butter Sword, it's only 6 slashes to finish phases 1 and 2. So already in phase 3. 4 slashes required here. 4 slashes and 4 stomps from Ganon. And then the only big enemy that is left for Hayfield Bay is hitting the torch glitch, which can be difficult with Fire Rod, but he does it perfectly. And yeah. Also, you can use Butter Slashes like he just did to get damage in. A slash with the Butter Sword deals as much damage as a spin with the Butter Sword, or as a Tempered Sword. Yeah. So theoretically, you could also beat Ganon with 12 Butter Slashes, and I think this was already his second one. I think it's 2 or 3 more, only 1 more slash, yep. Yeah, and that's a big blue pig exploding for Hayfield Bay. So yeah, get your GGs ready. For Hayfield Bay, who wins this race? GG. Yeah, and Windfox saw that and decided to forfeit the race at this point. Okay. Yeah. GG's to both runners. GG's. If they would like, they could certainly come to the interview. I don't know if anyone will come, but let's see. GG's. Just asking with them. Yeah, and there's Windfox. GG's.
Yo, GG.
Yeah. What shall I say? I think the story of this race was Hayfield Bay skipping Bottle Vendor and therefore his hammer, which made him go to Sahasrara very early, getting his hookshot very early, and also dipping Eastern Palace to get this bow even before Darkwood Axis.
Yeah, when I had that hookshot and bow, I knew I lost. I was just waiting for the dot button at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hookshot was a big time save for him, definitely, and yeah, that bow was basically. I think that was a finalizing blow in the race. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine knowing you lost a race at over an hour in, and if your opponent goes to Sauce Eastern early, you lose 5 minutes into the race. So, what are you gonna do?
Yep. Well, sometimes this game is like this.
Yep.
I
mean, at least I was in go mode by the time you finished, so.
Yeah, and you showed us the logical mountain access.
I mean, I figured. I mean, when I found the mitts behind both 5/6s, and then the second 5/6 locked behind lamp or flute, I knew it was either Eastern Pot or Swamp. I was like, well, might as well do left side Swamp. There's still 3 items.
And our winner is also here, GG Hayfield Bay.
GG's.
GG Hayfield.
GG Fox.
Yeah, I already described it a little bit. I think the big story of this race was you skipping the hammer in the early game for getting both the hookshot and the bow very early. Yeah, Windfox got the other bow.
Where's that bow?
Fire Shred.
Oh, flute.
Vanilla flute.
Oh yeah, left side swamp. I was thinking about that, but let's check pyramid first, and then I realized after, okay, I think I'm in go here. I kind of have to start rushing a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I was wondering
I mean,
if there was any boots available here. Yeah, I had boots, but yeah, what was I thinking about? Yeah, lamp.
Never found lamp. No idea.
neither of
My
you,
guess
yeah.
is Meyer would be my guess.
Yeah, it can if flute was vanilla, it could like be in GT, right? Somewhere.
I think it could be in GT, yeah.
Yeah, it is 0 access. Our left side swamp was our mountain access logically. I mean, yeah, I guess it could have been.
Yeah. That's a thing that I wanted to ask you, Hayfield Bay. You got the GT Bicky in the compass room of GT, and why did you go through the left side afterwards?
Yeah, the thing was after I mirrored and started going left, I was like, I guess I haven't played this mode too much, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I realized that mistake, and I was like, okay, nothing I can do now.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I was really surprised by that at this moment, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel in the beginning when you found this bow? Was it a huge moment for you, or was it? Did you think that Windfox?
I was glad the bow was there because of my routing, but I was like, the bottle. You needed the bottle to get the moon pearls. I was like, yeah, maybe Windfox also ends up here. Was my thought, because wasn't the bottle in? It was after CAC, right?
It was in the Ice Rod Cave.
Ice Rod Cave, yeah.
It was either
Ice-
Ice Rod Cave or
Mushroom.
Yeah, it was Mushroom Turn-In, which was in Ice Rod Cave.
Yep.
Yeah, I see. So I just wanted to wait a bit because actually I skipped Bottle Merchant. So I was like, where should I go? Where should I go? And I started to sequence breaking the mountain after the hook. Like, let's go there first. Maybe we will get a bow. And then it was like, maybe I should just go eastern instead of CAC, because I was thinking, let's say if Hammer is in Eastern Palace and the Moon Pearl is behind the Magic Bat, so I thought, let's just go there. So ended up with a bow at least. That was nice.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. A question to Windfox. You decided to play Turtle Rock in the end. I mean, well, okay, from our perspective from the stream, we already knew that boots were in GT. Did you consider doing GT beforehand, or maybe?
So knowing I had 3 pieces left I had to get, the only 3 I could get were Turtle Rock and GT, because Desert was boots locked, Quake was mirror locked, and I wasn't going to do another trip up the mountain. So I figured I was just going to clean it all up there and just use Aga 2 to get down to the pyramid. But yeah, it's like I was kind of stuck in a really bad place after finding the hookshot and second bow, and I did.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I think that's basically it with my questions. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say about the seed, or, well, anything else.
Nothing special.
Yeah, GG Hayfield.
Yeah, GG's again, and yeah, thank you for having the restream. Appreciate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then also thanks for the race. It was interesting to commentate it. Thanks for the opportunity to do a solo commentary on this race. I hope it was possible to bear with my German English. Yeah. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, for the race, and for everything. Thanks to Homewit Beer for setting up this restream on such a short notice. And yeah, I think we should probably give a quick lookout on the further schedule, which I can do shortly because I'm very, very prepared. There is another race happening already over on SpeedGaming. Mendu versus Ravis. Same mode, same game. And later that day, Adi Walsh versus Armlix on SpeedGaming 2. I hope I didn't butcher this name completely. And afterwards, Fear Agent versus Ahab also on SpeedGaming. Yeah, so thanks for watching and bye.